Hi everybody, welcome to the next SciCraft episode. So today is cleanup day. We want to remove the dragon eggs in the 1k by 1k perimeter. What I can already see in the back is that we set the server render distance to 32. So yeah, looks insane. But also the server is struggling a lot. This is pretty insane right now. If we check, we have almost 2,000 animals loaded. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Server also only runs at 12 TPS. But yeah, it's an insane view we have over the perimeter. I'll try to fly over. We can also see the terrain around. I haven't played with server render since 32 yet. Yeah, this is insane. Wow. I wish you could play like this without causing too much lag. Yeah, so the plan is now to remove those dragon eggs. XCOM build up several sweepers. We're gonna remove them in 8 batches. So we wouldn't lag the server even more. So we hope we won't crash the server with this now, because yeah, we're gonna get a lot of dragon egg entities, right? This is the full distance. So here we can... the perimeter is so huge, even at server run distance 32, we can't even see both ends. Alright, yeah, the flying machine is nothing special, it's just a sweeper that gets rid of the eggs. I'm gonna get my second count on, and the plan is to make a nice time lapse out of this. Alright, nothing but bedrock left. Just one single layer here. This actually reminded me of a mod pack I played a few years ago. They had also quarries in that mod pack, and if you mine everything away, there was also this one single bedrock layer left. Okay, so you got the modded experience. Actually, a bit further ahead. So since we removed the dragon eggs, a few weeks have passed, and we already started removing the Y0 bedrock. You can see 5 Y strips of Y0 bedrock removed. In order to that, we need a different method than the dragon egg method. We need the headless piston method. So that's why we're building up those flying machines here, that it would remove the Y0 bedrock. It's an incredibly tedious process, so removing the last layer of bedrock will definitely take even longer than removing the 4 layers of bedrock before, and the 60 to 70 layers of blocks above. So basically we have to build such a flying machine here in total 200 times. I've started actually speedrunning building those machines, and my best time so far to build one of those was 28 minutes. Additionally, for each bedrock block that we remove, we need to place 1 piston because they are used up in the process, which leads to our next problem. We don't have enough pistons right now. We need a really powerful crafting system for this, I guess. And actually also some farms. We're a bit low on iron, a bit low on redstone still, despite having quite a lot of witch farms. And at some point I also want to make a new cobble farm. But first we need a better crafting system. So the one we have right now, I think a few episodes back, was to build up maybe 30 or 40 episodes, can process about 800,000 items per hour into 90,000 items. But yeah, I was always tempted to make an even faster one, because this could be also quite useful for the future when we want to craft all of our 100 million ice blocks into packed ice and then into blue ice. So I really want a powerful crafting system. Alright, so I want to start working on the powerful crafting system at the end of the episode. This will probably also be the project for the next few episodes. This requires a lot of effort. Just want to mention again why we actually do all of this effort, remove the bedrock. We started this project 1.5 years ago, and the plan was initially to build some mob farms here. It's really beneficial to build a mob farm as low as possible, and by removing all of the bedrock, you could have done it to the extreme even. Since then, our plans have changed a little bit, and there were some new discoveries, like it's really beneficial to build a mob farm in a desert biome, etc. So at the moment, we just want to remove all the bedrock because it's a fun project. This has never been done before. And at the end, we want to play Skyblock here. So maybe make a mini series of playing Skyblock. Sky Rising actually already prepared everything we need for the Skyblock series. So the starter island here, the desert island, the sand. So once this is all finished, we can actually play Skyblock in normal vanilla world. Pretty awesome. Alright, but I'm quite sure this will take quite a lot of time until we actually finished everything. I would reckon it's gonna take another 2 to 3 months. Alright, so before we work on the crafting system, I wanna head over to another project we were working on a few weeks ago. So I'm on my way back from the Void Perimeter to the Nether Hub. This is actually the piston bolt that leads to the Void Perimeter. Here's the quadruple Witchard portal, and here we can go back. Yeah, this is our piston bolt network, which by now is quite large. I think we have about 40 kilometers worth of piston bolt on the server by now. And actually our network is so vast that new members have issues finding stuff. So the only really help we have are signs next to the piston bolt entrances, and that's it. We often had to explain in detail where exactly you need to go to, and that's why we thought, okay, we need to add something in order to make this easier. What we already have was a kind of an overview map at the bottom of the Nether Hub. So let me quickly find my way out of here. I think we have mob spawning on right now. No, we don't. Okay. So this was made by Pella a while ago. It's just basically a 1:20 scale of the piston bolt network. Actually, that reminds me, still need to remove those hoppers that I used for the dragon egg tubing. Get a little chunk loading grid. So this would be the Nether Hub, and there you can see all the connections in the corresponding colors. Doesn't really help with the orientation or to explain how to get somewhere. So that's why we decided to make an actual map in a subway style. Alright, so we wanted to use a 5x5 map grip. So each map is 128 by 128 pixels. So we need a 640 by 640 area to build our piston bolt network map. And we were discussing for a long time what would be the best location for this. Of course, the top of the Nether would be awesome, but maps don't work in the Nether. And we also discussed to do it on top of an ocean, maybe use frosted ice, but frosted ice would have the disadvantage that it's quite laggy if you build it in a really large scale. So this wasn't really an option as well. And that's why we thought maybe we could use one of our perimeters we don't intend to use for something else, and that's why we went to the Mesa perimeter. So this is where we built our quarry, and you can already see one part of the map here. So we had this 3,500 long and 720 wide perimeter basically, which looked a bit like this here on the side. It was quite messy for all the gaps here in between, which was the leftovers of the tunnel bore. What we actually did was build a flying machine to pull up blocks to bring them all approximately to the same height, which wasn't perfect process because of course sometimes we have even deeper holes here. We had gravel and dirt before, but that already helped flatten out the area, and then we made the map. Alright, I'll just show you a time lapse of the map grid to be placed here. So this was about 500,000 blocks that had to be placed, and we actually did it in one day. It was insane. I live streamed the whole process. It took us about 10 hours to build up the whole map with on average 4 to 5 people on. Alright, let's watch the time lapse. Alright, and this is the finished product after a lot of work. By the way, the creator of this map is Panic. Actually spent quite a lot of time to get this layout to work and make it look this nice. The map is not to scale or anything, it's like a subway map. Just gives you an idea where everything is. So I wanna quickly fly over this just to show you how large this is actually in the Minecraft world. In order to make the timelapse, we actually had to set the render distance really high again. But it's really a gigantic map. 640 by 640 blocks. Yeah. It's quite a lot of effort. Alright, materials, we actually had to run the concrete duper again in order to get enough white concrete. This would also led us to having now 12 million white concrete in the nether stored, so we won't run out of it again. Okay. Yeah, then maybe a few more notes about the map, because it might be not entirely clear what is what. So the dotted lines are our ice road, or boat on ice network. That mostly leads, in this case here, to the different sand dupers. So we have a sand duper here, there, here, and there's another one. And on this side to the dragon egg dupers, we have one here, there, here's another one, and here's the last one. Then we had all the colored lines are the piston bolts, which in most cases we have named stations. But by now we have so many double witch huts, we just indicated those with a witch hut symbol. Yeah, so by now we have those 4 double witch huts are built up. Then we have the quad farm, the yellow one is built up. Last weekend we built up the one here at the top. That's probably the next one we built. This one is built up. And then we got another piston bolt. It was the latest piston bolt edition that leads to another future double witch hut. We also kind of now agreed to finish the double witch huts we have connections to. So at the moment we have 20 witch huts. And we still need to basically build 2 more perimeters with witch huts, and this would be our final goal, to get 24. And then we'll probably make a server tour about the witch farm project. Doesn't mean we might not get bored at some point and add another one, but yeah, 24 is not a goal, and then we will make the witch hut server tour. Alright, let's also check out the map in the nether hub now finally. And we're back at the SciCraft nether hub, and here's our 5x5 piston bolt network map. Yeah, maybe one more note here, you can see the ender pearls. This is our pearl cannon connection. Just came back from the Mesa Quarry area where this map is built up. Okay, I haven't mentioned it, those lines here with the, I think it's more like an eggshell white in the middle. It would indicate kind of the city center in a subway map. So we have a lot of connections within a few hundred blocks of the nether hub, and everything outside is usually thousands of blocks away. This is mostly our double witch huts, which require special locations. Alright, maybe one more note, if you have a mobile phone and a code scanner, this is how you could get to the SciCraft Discord. And now back to Project Skyblock and the crafting system we want to build for it. Here, by the way, you can see the old version, which we basically just want to scale up to 5 times as large, but we want to build it somewhere else. So this one here is already not ideal because we're using hopper minecarts. One hopper minecart is about as laggy as 60 empty hoppers. So that's why you should try to keep the number of hopper minecarts down. If you would use the same system for the new one, then the minecarts would already be a lag causer. In case, just to sum it up again, how this worked. We had a distribution system on top, and you can see the dispensers for the shulker boxes that fed those droppers. That when I activate this clock here, would all send the items towards the player, and you would just stand here, craft your pistons or whatever, throw in a water stream, and it's getting collected at the bottom. That's gonna also be the principle for the new design. But yeah, as I said, we wanna build it up somewhere else, because it would probably cause too much lag. If you would have it all in one location, so a huge main storage, plus the 5 times larger crafting system with tons of hoppers. So that's why I want to just go out 500 blocks and build it up there. Would also be nice to have a piston bolt connection, so we can quickly bring over materials from the main storage to the new crafting system. And that's why I thought here we could go out 500 blocks in that direction and connect everything with a piston bolt. We don't have a lot of overbuilt piston bolts. This would be our second or third one, actually. And this should, be a nice way to bring over the items really quick. Right, I guess we have to scout out the area just to see what's in 500 blocks that direction. So it would be 1200 to K. I guess just try to find my way out of the main storage. Hope there's still an opening here at the back. Yep, and just fly the 500 blocks. See what is in that location. Alright, so this is the location I was talking about. Seems like this is just untouched Minecraft landscape all around. So we can build up our crafting system over here. It shouldn't conflict with any of the other projects. So the new crafting system is probably something like 80 by 80 or 100 by 100 in size. So I guess we'll just get rid of this birch forest here and build it up here. Not entirely sure about decoration or anything. I guess we'll just build the crafting system first and then we can figure that part out. Alright, so the next thing we need is obviously a tunnel for the piston bolt. We're at Y61 here in the main storage. We're at an extreme hills biome underground. And this will be quite interesting because we're probably gonna break through the surface level with our piston bolt. A while ago I watched Doc M also make an overworld piston bolt on the Hermitcraft server, so it was quite interesting. Actually tunneled through a complete ocean. This was quite interesting to see. And I hope we also get a nice landscape around our piston bolt here. So it should be quite interesting to make one at that Y level in the overworld. Alright, this was more of a summary episode. We've been actually really busy on survival lately. As you've seen, huge map was done, dragon egg removal, and then we already spent dozens of hours on the Y0 bedrock removal. So I just had to do a summary episode about what we did so far. The next one, we're actually gonna work on something in creative probably first, a new piston bolt, and then also we need to spend some time designing the new crafting system. Because, for example, I don't want to use hopper minecarts again, and also optimize it a little bit. Right, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.